Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another podcast about movies. And just like everyone else and the rest of the internet and the world that's taking us away from discussing Ukraine and the important things in this world, we will be discussing the slap heard around the world for episode number 264 of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. With me, as always, my Chris Rock to my Will Smith, Mysterious Mike Talent.
Oh, man. Going right for the jugular right there.
No, I went for the face. I didn't go for the jugular. I slapped you on the face.
Okay. All right. Well, I just got the shit slapped out of me.
Dude, how funny was it? So we're just like rolling right into it. Anyways, I'll be nice. I'll get us back kind of on track. Real Film Nerds, episode number 264, where you're here to talk about the Netflix original that just dropped, Windfall. It is starring three people. Two of them you probably know. So anyways, all right, Mike, I'll just keep going and I'll be like, Mike, we'll get into our off topics of the discussion of the Oscars later. Mike, why don't you give us the rundown for the Netflix original Windfall?
All right, Matt. So this movie was directed by Charlie McDowell. It was written by Charlie McDowell, Jason Segel, Justin Latter, and Andrew Kevin Walker. This movie is starring Jason Segel, Lily Collins, Jesse Plemons, and Omar Lavia. And this movie is about a man breaks into a tech billionaire's empty vacation home, but things go sideways when the arrogant mogul and his wife arrive for a last-minute getaway.
All right, Mike. So, was this your pick? I think this was your pick, right?
This was my pick.
And it was such a good pick, Mike. Amazing film. So good. Mike's laughing for those of you who can't see it.
Some people might think that.
I think, are we going to have a difference of opinion, Mike?
Man, I didn't like this movie.
Oh, okay, good. I thought this was mediocre at best. For me, the best part of this whole movie was Jesse Plemons' acting. He's just amazing, dude. He really is. I can't wait till he gets a nice starring role and wins his first Academy Award, unlike Will Smith.
Oh, man. Just had to drop that in there. Okay, well, touching on Jesse Plemons again, Matt, I didn't realize when we were reviewing The Power of the Dog that Jesse Plemons is married to Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, I thought we talked about it during the pod, but yeah.
I don't think
they're married.
So.
Yeah. They've been married for a while, too, I think.
Wow, yeah, that's cool, because speaking of the Academy Awards, I was watching an interview from the Best Supporting Actor. I'm losing his name right now, but he was from Coda, and he was saying that he was hoping that he could act with his wife in a movie, just like Jesse Plemons did. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was a young man from Mesa. Believe it or not, Mike, the Best Supporting Actor from Coda is from Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, that's cool.
So anyways, I mean, we'll talk about the Oscars later, but we can keep going on and on about them. But Mike, it was nice to see Jason Segel back doing a film. I haven't seen him do a film in a while.
Yeah, it was good seeing him do a film. This is an interesting film. It kind of reminded me of some other kind of horror movies that I've watched, but it just was different. And I don't know, like kind of slow, and like Matt, the slow panning reminded me of that movie we reviewed a little while back from Netflix that was nominated for Academy Award. But I can't think of it. It was in black and white. Do you remember which one I'm talking about?
The Mexican one, right?
Yeah, the Mexican one.
Yeah, I'm spacing on the name of that, because didn't that one Best Picture too?
I don't think it won Best Picture. It won something.
I know it was nominated.
But remember this?
Yeah, it didn't win.
The slow pans that they had in that. This had this like the same thing. I was like, oh no, not another one.
Now, I'm sure everyone's going to say this, but this really reminds me of Hitchcock. It's very much a Hitchcock type thriller.
Oh, really? You think it was Hitchcockian?
Yes, very much. Not a ton, but it had those elements. And I have to say, one of my favorite parts of the entire film, and this is going to sound weird, is the opening credits. It's just very old school, man. Very old school. Just one scene with the credits rolling, and literally they had everyone that was involved in the movie right at the start.
That's true. Yeah. All right. I'll give you that, Matt. The one thing I liked in this movie, which is a little weird, I guess, as well, Matt, was none of the characters ever say their name.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Good point, Mike. I didn't realize that until you pointed it out. And then obviously being a real estate guy, dude, this location is absolutely incredible. It has to be California because of the orange groves, but this home is freaking amazing. It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, no, it was really cool wherever they filmed, and I mean it was just one set. Like it was kind of this movie was probably made in like 2 weeks, a week.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was very low budget. You could tell it was shot really well though. Most of the money went into the two big named actors and probably the writing, but it was shot well. It's almost like an independent.
Yeah, for sure. It did remind me of an independent, but I mean, it had the big actors in it, and I mean, it was well acted. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit weird story, and a lot of things are unresolved, I guess. This movie ends without much resolve.
Yeah, there's lots of resolve. There's some resolve, Mike. There's two big resolves.
No, there's not two big resolves. There's like a million other questions.
Well, yes, there's a lot of questions. Yes, I will go with that. But there's two big resolves. So, anyways. But so you didn't like it. I thought it was just kind of draggy. It really dragged a lot of ass.
Yeah, no, I just didn't like it. Like, I think it could have been done a little bit differently. I kind of got where things were going, but there's a lot of questions about the characters, and I know that's on purpose. But like the robber guy, you don't really know any of his motivations, and he never really says anything in the whole movie about what his motivations are, really.
That's kind of upsetting.
And then there's a hint that he probably has, he probably is a father, because he said that really changes everything. But he never said specifically he was a father. And that was like it. Like, I don't know. I think it drove me a little bit nuts that I know nothing about really any of the characters. I mean, we delve in a little bit to Jesse Plemons' character. I mean, you kind of get his attitude and his like view on life, but you don't get really like what he really did. I mean, you get kind of a light overview, so you kind of know he's, you do know he's super wealthy, but and he's made some enemies along the way, I guess. That's like all.
Well, and his company buys up other companies and shuts them down or lays people off.
Yeah, like he makes things more efficient, I guess.
And it's a tech company, because he said he was going to do a speech at CES and he blew it off to spend the weekend with his wife, trying to knock her up. But, okay, I don't want to spoil too much, but here's one that really, really bothered me about the movie. Jason Segel's character's motivation to break into their home was fucking stupid.
Oh, you mean he just wanted to see what it was like to be
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
That was weird.
Absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. It was stupid.
All right.
Just say you wanted money. That makes way more sense. No, he just wanted to walk around and drink orange juice and eat an orange. I mean, he didn't even go swimming in the pool, damn it.
All right, Matt. Before we get too much into spoilers,
I'll dial it down. I'll dial it down. I'm sorry, Mike.
Hold on.
Please don't hit me again.
Hey, let's do what are you drinking, Matt?
Well, Mike, thank you for asking. I, again, am not been to the store because I'm poor. So I'm drinking fridge beers, which continues to be Dos Equis Amber. It's a good beer, though. Yeah, I know. I just have a bunch of them.
That's okay, Matt. Did you just buy like 6 cases?
2. They're on sale at Total Wine.
Nice. Any Blantons yet, Matt?
No. Dude, you and everyone else. I was talking to one of my guys that I was working with from Wisconsin, and I was telling he's a big bourbon drinker too. I was telling him I can't find a freaking bottle of Bland's to save my life. He's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get you one and mail it to you.
Nice.
So I hope that happens. That would be nice. But
that
anyways,
would be
okay.
nice.
Mike, are you drinking Blanton's?
No, I'm not drinking Blantons. I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada Imperial IPA that's called Fantastic Haze.
With
Pretty
a shot of
tasty.
Blanton's.
Yeah.
Dude,
Pretty tasty.
Your brother-in-law, man, he hooked it up. I saw that shit. You know, you sent me that video. That was just mean. Mean.
Yeah. So it looks like every time we go there, we're going to drink Blantons. Matt, I'm sorry.
That sounds like my heaven. Heaven is a bottle of Blanton's instead of a half pipe.
Oh, all right. Well, you know, I think that has a little ring to it. I think you could tweak the song.
We could do it, Mike. Mike, drum roll, please. Your favorite part of the entire podcast. Mike, what is this week's dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand, though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
All right, Matt, you're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. I love it. So here we go, Matt. Why did the Scarecrow win Employee of the Month?
Dude, I think you did this one last week, didn't you? Or was this 2 weeks ago?
No, I didn't do this one.
You did one with a scarecrow. I swear I think you did. Is it because he was just hanging out?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
Yeah. See, I think you've done that one before. You need to start marking these off in the book.
I do. All right.
Well, let's do another one just for good measure. Why not?
Okay. Want to hear a joke about paper?
Yes.
Never mind, it's terrible.
There you go. There you go, Mike. That's better. That's better. All right. This might be a tough one because I was trying to think. I don't know if any of our main characters have been in it, but Mike, I have faith. I have faith that you keep it going. How does the Netflix original film Windfall relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, man, I got a little worried about this one because there's literally only 4 characters, and those 4 characters are not in any Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. But when I finally get down to the editor of this movie, David Marks, he also was assistant editor on Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, thank God. Because that's one I think he probably would be a good character and a good fit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't know if he'll ever do it, is Jason Segel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'd probably, yeah.
He'd do someone really fun and really cool. I can see it, like something almost like Guardians of the Galaxy-ish. But again, he's very dramatic and very serious in this film, which is fine. He did a really, really good job, but I'm used to seeing him in the fun stuff, like I Love You, Man. And
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Marshall. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Dude, that's a funny movie.
Oh, it's so good. So good. And he wrote and I don't know if he directed it, but he wrote and did a lot on that movie. A lot. I want some more of that Jason Segel.
That movie was funny. The vampire Count Chocula or whatever opera or what did like that was ridiculous.
It was amazing. The puppet vampire opera. Yep.
Yeah, at the end when he actually had it, like there was
Oh, he still talks about, your favorite part in that whole film and how he regrets it to this day.
What, his wiener dance?
Yep. It's the first and only time you've ever shown his wiener, and he regrets it to this day.
Well, I thought the scene was really funny. I mean, it's ridiculous, but funny.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious. Oh, dude, there you go. There's another one that's rolling into off topics. But so Mila Kunis was the one person that talked about Ukraine last night during the Academy Awards. Of course, because she's from Ukraine.
Yeah, and she and her husband, I can't think of his name right now, raised a bunch of money for the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Ashton
Kutcher. Yeah. The boy from that 70s show. They're both from that 70s show. But yeah. Anyways, it was just kind of funny because I remember there was rumors, or I don't know if they put it out on Twitter or something. I don't remember. I was reading something about it, that they were going to do a silent protest at the Academy Awards and no one was going to do speeches. They were just going to get their awards and walk off. I was like, this is going to be the best Academy Awards ever. And no, everybody had their typical speeches. I'm just surprised you didn't watch it, Mike. I watched it because I was going to talk about it on the radio, but I'll talk about it on the radio tomorrow. But honestly, I thought the Academy Awards, this is the best they've had in like 3 years, with or without the slap. I mean, it was really good. It was nice having 3 hosts back. The awards took way too long. People talked way too long as usual. The 3 hosts were good. They have some pretty good poignant jokes. Honestly, I didn't think the Oscars were too terrible. I still think 3 hours and 45 minutes, however long it was, is way too freaking long. But it was a lot better than it has been in 3 years with no hosts.
So what did you think about Dune winning like every like technical award there was?
Loved it. Absolutely loved that Dune got their due. I thought it was awesome. I'm really glad that Power of the Dog got freaking beat on like everything. And of course, Mike, we predicted it. It's what we wanted. We wanted Coda to win Best Picture, and it did. And that gives me hope because I truly think it was the best film of the year. Granted, I haven't seen all the nominees. We've seen most of them. But that film was incredible. It really was.
Yeah, that film was incredible. So it is nice to see that it won. A lot of people, I think, on the internet are upset because it was like a feel-good movie or whatever. And I was like, yeah, maybe one of those should win every once in a while, huh?
It made you feel something, and that's a good movie. A movie that makes you feel something is a good movie. The new Spider-Man made you feel something too, and that's a good movie. If it doesn't make you feel something, it's a shitty-ass movie, you know? But anyways, all 3 awards that Coda was nominated for, they won, which was great. Troy Kotsur for, Best Supporting Actor, and then what was the third one? I don't think it was a screenplay. I don't remember what the third one was. But they were nominated for 3. They won all 3. I really think the lead actress, though, should have been nominated. She did a freaking amazing job. She really did.
She did. It's really interesting, Matt, because this is also the first streaming movie to win Best Picture. And it's Apple that did it, not Netflix or Amazon that have been in the game longer.
But I swear to God, that won. But again, Apple just bought this movie because this movie came from Sundance. You know, it wasn't original. They bought it. They threw a lot of money at it. But that one that we talked about, I swear to God, I thought it was nominated. It might not have won, but I swear I thought it did for Best Picture. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'll have to look it up. But honestly, I thought the Oscars were well. I mean, Will Smith deserved to win. He finally deserved to win his first Oscar. Disappointed with what he did to Chris Rock for someone that was literally doing their job. Yes, he probably crossed the line, but it wasn't enough to get up and get hit. It's a comedian doing comedian things. What the hell is wrong with this country? People are just being way too freaking sensitive on shit. And then I really think Nicole Kidman should have won Best Actress for the Ricardos movie.
Oh yeah, the Ricardos movie was really good, man.
Very
really good.
Yeah, and I don't think it won a thing being the Ricardos, and I think she should have won. She was fantastic as Lucille Ball. But yeah, Will Smith deserved it. He really did. There was a lot of people that deserved it. But he's never won one. He's been nominated 3 times, never won an Academy Award. So that was nice to see. But anyways, overall, honestly, I thought the Oscars were well. I think they went well. Too long. Love the hosts. Love, the music that went on. I thought it was nice. It was in the theater, but it still felt kind of intimate because of how they set it up. Yeah, I don't think it's worth watching it for 3.5 or 4 hours or however it is long, but they did a good job. It was entertaining. So, okay, back to the movie of Windfall. Now we're in spoilers. We wasted time. Mike, I don't know what you want to spoil about this. I mean, I guess we could spoil the big twist at the end. I guess. I don't know. It's just, this movie dragged ass.
Yeah, no, it did drag ass. Lots of different places in the movie, and it was real interesting that, you know, when our robber character finally gets back to his car, that's when he noticed the camera. I'm like, really? You wouldn't have noticed that when he first stopped?
Right, when he pulled in? Because, I mean, he parked looking at the freaking camera. Unless he did it at night, maybe. But again, that's another question we don't have an answer to.
That's true. There's so many questions that we don't have answers to. But and it was so awkward when he was, you know, interacting with them. I really liked that because it probably would be that awkward. And I liked how they had that in the writing. I thought that was real genuine.
Yeah.
But it was one of the interesting things in there that happened was they were talking, the robber and Jesse Plemons' character, who's like trying to find one of his money stashes to give him, and he's like, "Hey, do you have a gun in this house?" And he's like, "No." Then at that point, I know that the robber guy, was like, "I can't believe anything this guy says."
Right. Because, yeah, he finds one later.
He found two.
He found two guns? I thought he had one gun, but he found another.
No. I think he found two.
You don't think he had a gun at all? Okay.
No, I don't think he did. He wasn't expecting him to be there.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Good point, Mike. Again, this is one of those things you were talking about earlier about so many questions not answered. Do you think that adds or detracts from the film that there's too many questions that go unanswered?
I don't know. In some ways, it probably adds to it because it's just more mysterious and you just don't know all the characters' motivation. And without getting into the ending too much, Matt, it was a little bit surprising because I felt like there was some tension between some of the characters and you just don't know why, though, really. You kind of know why. With the family starting stuff, but I don't know. It just seemed like there was a bunch more, and it just doesn't really tell us what happened. So more questions.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things that led to one of the big spoilers was the way he talked to that character right before the big spoiler happens. You know what I mean? Like, he was very respectful and kind of chill and nervous. And then right before he's getting ready to take off and do his thing, he's extremely disrespectful and just a downright asshole. And I think that might have sealed his fate right there and then.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. And I don't know why the robber's motivation was to tell Jesse Plemons about his wife's using of birth control. I don't know what I don't know what that served, what purpose that served besides, well, I don't want to give it away.
Maybe them infighting amongst themselves so they'll be distracted from him robbing them?
I guess, but I mean, it sounded like he was so incredibly rich that it didn't matter.
Well, but he still wanted to have a kid.
No, but no. They did the robber character,
oh yeah,
stealing from the billionaire or whatever. He was like, yeah, whatever. I enjoyed the conversation of $150K. Yeah, that's not enough. And then they had him up it, and he's like $2 million, and he's like, no, that's too much. Okay, well, just tell me what the magic number is.
Well, and it's interesting how the reason why he even comes to that number is because of the camera. He was okay with the, $5 or $10 he pulled out of the safe and his Rolex, which probably was like 25. He was okay with that. And he was going to leave and just go on about his merry way. And then he saw the camera and he's like, oh, I'm fucked. I don't know if $500,000 would cover you being hunted down for the rest of your life, Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on his situation, right? We don't know if he had a family or if he has a job or if he wants to go live in Mexico. We got nothing.
That's true. Do you want to do the super spoilers, Mike, or you just don't want to talk about it?
No, I don't think we should, because
Okay.
if we give away that, like, I don't know. I feel like there's no reason to watch the movie then. So,
I don't think there's much of a reason to watch the movie in the first place. I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to say it's a great movie. It's okay. I mean, if you're bored, sure, watch it, but I'd watch The Adam Project over this crap.
Yeah, The Adam Project was way better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is nice because it's different, it's interesting and creative and all those things, and I love all that stuff. But if I had to pick one, because I don't have the time, because, I'm a father of 2 children, or I'm a real estate agent that works 7 days a week, 90 hours a week, then I'd pick Adam Project all day long. Not that I know those things from experience, but...
Yeah, I think I concur, Matt. I concur.
Okay, Mike, so how many reels then do you give Windfall?
I'm going to give this 2 reels out of 5.
Well, I'm glad to see that we're back on par a little bit. I say that like every week that we're back on par, but we're not. I clearly liked it a little bit more than you, but I still didn't think it was great. I give it 2.5.
Okay. Yeah. No, we are getting closer. I'm getting more negative.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is good.
You are. You're becoming more crotchety, Mike. You're getting old. You're showing your age. Finally. But I don't know. I think the half a reel is just because it was creative and it was unique and it was different, and it's not terrible, but it's not something I would seek out either.
No, I didn't really know what I was getting into with this one either. I just chose something, and it seems like a lot of my just choosing something sometimes doesn't work out.
Well, but look at the cast, Mike. All well-known people. Wonderful actors. Lily Collins still needs some work, but she's getting there. It's nice to see her have a starring role, but she'll get there. So speaking about trash, Mike, you want to hear what movie I picked for next week?
Yeah, I do.
Mike, we're going to the theaters. I hope you can handle it.
Yeah, what are we going to go see?
We're going to go watch the movie that the critics are just destroying right now because everybody needs a good old-fashioned train wreck. We're going to go watch Morbius.
Oh, the critics are destroying it?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I don't know. I like Jared Leto, man. I think Jared Leto's a very good actor, but, if we get Suicide Squad Jared Leto, this movie's going to be shit.
I mean, he was okay. He didn't really have much to do in that.
I know, but if we get House of Gucci Jared Leto, then we're on the money. That's one thing I was kind of upset. I think he should have been nominated for that movie. Oh, and they even talked about it in the Academy Awards last night, about how the House of Gucci got snubbed. Like, they didn't get shit. Like, they didn't get nominated for anything.
No, they didn't get nominated for anything, and yeah, he should have gotten nominated.
Dude, he did really good.
That movie was, I don't know, maybe they're mad at Ridley Scott for something. I don't know. What did he say?
Oh, dude, they slammed him freaking twice. They slammed him for House of Gucci, and they slammed him for Last Duel. Really bad. Like, really bad. The hosts, Wanda Sykes, comes out holding, she's doing like a giveaway. She's like, I feel so bad. So many people are, nominated, not winning. And she's like, I got a gift I want to give someone. And she's like, it's a screener. This is a screener that's never been watched. It's never been seen by anybody. And she's like holding it up and walking around. And she's like, here you go, sir. Here's your free screener to the Last Duel.
Ouch.
Ouch is right. It was a deep hurt. That was a deep cut.
Is it Adam Driver? Do you think they're just like, no, we're done with him?
Maybe he's too handsome. They can't nominate him for stuff. I don't know.
It was because he was involved in the Star Wars and everything else. That's tainted.
It's true. The Star Wars is tainted.
Yeah, like it seems like none of these Marvel movies are ever going to win anything.
Yeah, well, that's because they make money. That's the problem. All these movies that make money are not going to win anything. If it doesn't make money, then you're golden. So in other words, Star Wars and Marvel just needs to go straight to streaming, and we're golden. They'll win all the time.
Okay. All right, man.
Like Spider-Man, like, okay, let's think about it. The movies we had this year, the Marvel ones that I really liked was Spider-Man. It got nominated for something at least. And Shang-Chi. I absolutely love Shang-Chi. I know a lot of people give it a lot of hate. I really thought it was good.
Shang-Chi was pretty good. I just, it was a little bit too much Aquafina for me, but other than that, it was good, man.
Yeah, they kind of could have toned her down a little bit. She was kind of doing her Aquafina, goofy, jokey kind of thing a little too much, which it works at times. Like, it really works well in, Jumanji.
Yeah.
It works really well in that, but not so much in, action movies. It works okay for comedies. Like, it would work probably really good in like a Guardians film or like a Avengers team up or something like that. But Shang-Chi, an introduction character film, nah, I don't think so. It was a little too much.
I thought it was just a little too much. I didn't mind like the humor and stuff. It's always good to have a little bit of humor in them, but it seemed like it was just a little too much.
Yeah, they kept doing it over and over and over and over. Right? No, it was nice having it in there. They just did too much of it. I agree. So, all right, Mike. Well, back to the theaters next week. If you can't make it, let me know because we'll have to scramble and figure something else out that's on streaming. But Morbius, let's go watch that train wreck.
All right, man. Everybody likes to watch a train wreck, right? You just can't look away. You just got to watch it.
Yep, like a car crash.
Yeah, I know. If people would just stop slowing down on the car crashes, like to look at car crashes, things would just move a lot smoother.
And they wouldn't cause more car crashes.
Yeah, but we just can't. We can't help ourselves.
All right, Mike, do your thing.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. And catch us on the next pod and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And go out there, stream a movie or go watch a movie in the theater. Go watch Trainwreck like we're going to next week. All right. Catch you next week. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now go out and catch a movie.
Matt Hinshaw in studio with me this morning on Magic 99.1. We usually talk to Matt from the podcast Real Film Nerds on Mondays, but I had to go to Flagstaff for jury duty. Obviously didn't get selected because I'm back, but I'm glad I'm back because yesterday, man, I couldn't keep my ears off of talk radio. Talking about the whole Oscars, Chris Rock, Will Smith debacle.
Wait, hold on. Something went on at the Oscars?
Yeah, you're funny. You know what is funny, though? I was watching it. You were watching it, too, because we were texting.
Yeah.
And I got up to do something. Missed the whole slap.
Really?
I missed it. And I'm one of the people that watched the program. But I knew there was something on. I knew there was something wrong because I couldn't figure out what they were referring to. So, of course, I got online and I realized what I had missed. But isn't that crazy?
Well, what was weird is I watched it as it happened, and I recorded it so I could fast food through the commercials. And I thought the DVR recording messed up, and I was like, what the hell is going on? So I stopped it because it was really awkward. They should have just let it roll and bleeped out the swears. It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
But they cut like chunks of it out, but
Yeah.
they left the slap in. And so I rewound it, and I was like, no, there's just literally no audio for a good solid 3 count.
Wow.
And very strange, but on the overseas broadcast, that's how everybody's getting the full thing.
Exactly.
It broadcast live.
Exactly. And we caught it all. And boy, what do you
swears, yeah.
think?
I don't think it was staged. I think it was
No.
legitimate.
Yes.
I'll try not to get too political about it, but the thing that really, really upsets me about it is, I'm a huge fan of comedy. I do go to a lot of stand-up comedy. I have a dear friend that does stand-up comedy. I think this sets a precedence for stand-ups and comedians that who's going to be the next one that's going to get up on stage and hit someone.
Right.
And
Censorship.
I don't like that.
Censorship. I mean, come on.
Chris Rock was literally just doing his job.
And you know what? That joke wasn't even that bad. He could have
No.
said so many worse things.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that funny. I mean, think about it. G.I. Jane is a '90s movie.
I know, but
it was wasted on the
I
audience.
got the reference.
Oh, yeah, so
you
did I.
too. Moviegoers got it.
Of course.
But the way that Will Smith handled it, people are saying he should have just grabbed her hand and walked out. Now, what would that have said to everybody?
That would have made a huge statement.
Yeah.
But one that I found interesting, I was reading a little bit, is, Jada Pinkett Smith has always kind of, Will Smith has always kind of protected her, and she's never really ever protected him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say she's thrown him under the bus, but she's never stopped him.
Mm-hmm.
If she would have just reached over, grabbed his hand as he was starting to go up there and said, just shook her head.
Right.
No.
Right.
Then we wouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
But no,
Well,
she's like, no, yeah, he's going to get it. And it's wrong.
I don't know if you heard this earlier, but just 2-3 days before the Oscars, this was Jada Pinkett Smith on TikTok. Listen.
I don't give two craps what people feel about this bald head of mine, because guess what? I love it.
And she looked amazing.
Yeah, and then geez, that's absolutely ridiculous.
I know.
That's the one social media I refuse to do is TikTok.
Well, I don't do it either. It was on my show prep.
But yeah, no, it was sent out. So
Yeah.
yes, that's interesting that that's now coming out.
Right. Well, and Will Smith was laughing at the joke.
Well, that's
till
the
he
thing.
looked at her.
Yeah,
and then she looked upset looking at him. She's probably more upset that he was laughing at it than the joke itself.
Right. And I'm betting she even had to explain it to him why she was upset about it.
Right, probably. So anyway, we shall see what the Academy's going to do. What do you think they're going to do?
I don't
because
think
they should have removed him. They should have gone to commercial break and escorted him out of the auditorium.
Yep, I think he deserved to win the Academy Award, but I think leaving it in and him being up there and giving a speech and all that stuff, that sets a bad tone for the
ridiculous.
academies.
Yeah.
It really does. They're just like, nope, it's okay.
Right.
No, they should have. And Will Smith done a voiceover, and Will Smith wins Best Actor
Right,
and
and
moved
that's
on.
it.
Yep. They were already way over time.
Yeah.
Way over time.
And they let his speech go on and on and on and on. It was awful. And the people that, standing ovation, it was just so uncomfortable to watch.
Extremely cringeworthy. Yeah.
Yes.
And even Amy Schumer drops a line when she comes back in saying, wow, what happened in here? The whole tone changed.
That was funny.
It did.
That was funny. Yeah.
It did. It was not the same show afterwards.
Not the same show at all. But Coda took Best Picture. You totally agree with that one.
I was very happy.
Yes.
Very, very happy.
You said you loved it.
I loved it. I loved that the Best Supporting Actor was Katsun, the gentleman that played the father in the film.
From Mesa, Arizona. Yeah.
He deserved it. He did an incredible job. I love that movie. It was well worth it. I've seen almost all the Best Picture nominees. There's a couple I've still missed, but it's the film of the year for me.
Okay, well, and I haven't seen it yet because it's on Apple TV, the one streaming service I do not have.
Just sign up for a free trial.
Okay, all right. So should we give your mother a call, see what she thinks?
I guess, but I can talk about lots of things today, Lisa.
I bet you can. Do you not want to call your mother?
Yeah, let's call her.
All right,
Why
all
not?
right. Coming up, Ma Hinshaw on Magic.
Good morning.
Ma Hinshaw on Magic 99.1. How are you?
Oh, just fine. It's rainy here in Phoenix.
Well, it's raining here in Prescott, too. How nice is that?
It's wonderful. We need water.
We need water. It's a fact.
Here's my line that I was going to say. Prescott, we have the weather system of an angry teenager. Think about it. On Monday, it was 80 degrees, and I get in the car to drive to the radio, and it's literally in the 30s.
Yeah, freezing cold and wet.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Well, Ma, did you watch the Oscars?
I got the last part of the Oscars.
Okay.
But my son-in-law kept me posted on the rest of it.
Okay, yeah, it was very interesting, to say the least. Did you see a movie this past week that you want to share your thoughts on?
Well, we saw Windfall on Netflix.
And what'd you think?
Well, I thought Jesse, the fellow that was nominated for an Academy Award, did a great job.
Yes.
But it was very slow.
Little slow. I would agree.
I agree
yeah,
too.
until you get to the end. I fell asleep 3 times.
Oh, no, 3 snores. Uh-oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it was just slow. I know they were trying to build up the suspense, which is, they did, but it took a long time.
Yeah, I would agree. I watched it as well. I knew nothing about it. Matt had suggested it, and I think I went home that day and watched it, right?
It was either that day or the day after, and you texted me, you're like, I've already seen the movie and you haven't.
Yeah, because that never happens.
No.
And I enjoyed it. I thought it was, I really liked the ending. I was like, because I called it. I'm like, she is totally going to, not going to say, but, and she did. And yeah, I was like, wow, that was a lot.
Yes, the end was great. And I think the rich husband who was trying to do anything, to help the situation, he was very, very good. And I'm amazed because I saw interviews of him, and he's the quietest man and really sweet. And he played this guy. Oh, my. He did a really good job, but it was slow.
Okay, so how many cookies are you going to give it?
Maybe 3.
3 cookies out of 5. How about you? How many reels you giving it?
Wow, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great. I think it could have been a lot better. It was very long and drawn out. I liked how a lot of the things they did. I liked seeing Jason Segel back on screen. I liked that he wrote it. I liked a lot of aspects of this film, but there's a lot of things I didn't like. So I don't think it's worth a watch. I gave it 2.5.
Oh my gosh, the one I watched, and you gave it a 2.5. See, that's more my kind of movie, though. I mean, I don't need a lot of action. I need a lot of deep thought and wonder and speculation, and that's what this film offered me, anyhow.
There's way too many unanswered questions. I mean, they could have given us a little bit more, especially on the robber, and especially on the wife, and especially on all 3 characters.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, and IMDb totally agrees with you. 5.7 out of 10. 51% of Google users liked the movies. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 60%. So yeah, I mean, you're right there.
Well, how many microphones do you give it?
Well, how many microphones? I give it 3 microphones.
3 microphones.
I give it 3. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you can start asking me that when I see the film, which never happens.
See, I need to write this down so I remember.
All right, very good. Ma Henshaw, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, and I was happy with the results of the Oscars.
Yes, I'm sure you were. You really liked Coded as well, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I've got it on my list.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys check out the podcast. It's called The Real Film Nerds. Maddie, thank you so much for coming in.
Lisa, thank you as always, young lady.
You're welcome, young man.